Hi, it's Tracy and welcome back to my channel, and today I have something really fun for you. These are some of my August favorites, and these are some of the favorites that I picked up that are more in the arena of beauty favorites. So make sure that you watch all the way to the end of this video, and if you're not already subscribed to my channel, click on that red button below because I put out new videos every single week. All right, so let's get started with some of my favorites. So it's August, I live in New York City, it gets hot as heck in this city and it gets kind of gross. So one thing that is an absolute must-have that I cannot live without are blotting papers. So it's not really in this case so much about the brand, it's just any kind of blotting paper that doesn't have powder on it, where the reason why I love these is that you just kind of blot them on your face and it takes off any kind of sheen. You know, once you're over about 25, I can tell you one thing that you don't want to do is put a ton of powder all over your face, because that is the quickest way to make you, honestly, just look kind of older, make your skin look kind of crappy, and also who wants to in the middle of the summer put all this makeup on their face? I know I don't. So this is a great way when you tend to get a little bit shiny, a little bit maybe sweaty or a little bit greasy, just use one of these. You just kind of pat it on in the areas in the middle of your face where you might get a little bit shiny, and it really does the trick and it feels great, so a good thing. All right, so let's, next up is, this is a primer, and you know, I'd never ever used one of these before, and I'm so glad that my friend introduced me to this. So this is Pacifica, and it's a Jasmine Iris Oil Control Primer. So I love this because it makes your foundation go on, like it just glides on there, and it just feels really good, but it's also good if you tend to have oily or acne prone skin. My skin tends to get a little bit shiny, and that's why I like this, because it kind of keeps your skin looking the way that you want it to all day. And this is a great company because it's vegan, it's cruelty free, they don't use silicone, petroleum, parabens, any of that stuff. So thank you to my friend who introduced me to this, because this is definitely a must-have that I know I'll be using for a really long time. Okay, so before you put on your makeup, I actually posted this on Facebook, and I couldn't believe the response that I got, because I was looking for a new eye cream. And I remember the last time that I got my photos done, my makeup artist used this Ombre Elise cream on my skin, and I loved the way that my pictures came out. I loved the way that I looked and how I felt, and so I thought, you know what, let me give this a try again, and I love it. I am using it right now just because I'm waiting for an order for some eye cream to come in. I'm using it all over my face. It's amazing, it smells really good, it just feels really nourishing. Another product, I've been meaning to try this forever, and this is sort of like an all-purpose one, and this is Egyptian Magic. Here's why I got this. I am a former dancer. I have the driest feet in the world, but I have been using this on my feet pretty much every night before I go to bed, and it really is making a difference. My feet feel softer, they look better, so you know, it's the summertime, I'm wearing sandals showing my feet, so I don't feel embarrassed. It's really good. But another thing I'm using it for, I'm using it a little bit under my eyes. This is an olive oil based product, so no petroleum. I mean, literally, this is what you want in a product. The ingredients are olive oil, beeswax, honey, bee pollen, royal jelly, and bee propolis. That's it, so all good stuff. And I'm loving it on my lips. So I know when the winter comes, and I've also been using it on my hands. So it's really just one of those things, like have it on your nightstand because you're gonna use it all the time. I'm curious, I don't know if they make this like in a little tube, which would be great for travel, or just, you know, as like a lip balm, because I'm really obsessed with it. It doesn't taste gross, it's great for underneath your makeup, and it really feels really good. So if you haven't tried this, like I haven't, I would definitely give it a go. And the last favorite here, so I gave you 5 this time, is my travel makeup bag. So this is my little bag, and I actually got this in Italy last summer when I was there. But every time I use this, it makes me happy, as silly as that is. And here's why, and I want you to really stay with me here. I invested in a nicer quality makeup, you know, little travel bag here. And the reason why I did that was that every time that I used the one that I had before, it would make me feel kind of crappy about myself. I would be kind of embarrassed. It looked kind of ugly. It had like a rip because I'd been using it for a long time, and it just kind of bummed me out. And so I told my husband last summer when we were in Europe, I was like, you know, I really want to invest in a good quality travel bag, you know, just something for your toiletries. I'm so glad that I did it. This was not, you know, crazily expensive. I know everyone's budget is different. This was like, you know, in Europe, it was a couple $100s. It wasn't like, oh my God, you know, like a rent payment or a mortgage payment. But what it has given me, every time I use it, I love it. It feels great. Also, it's Gucci, so this material, this Gucci material, I mean, it's like, you know, indestructible practically. I have like vintage Gucci bags that I've had since, you know, like the 80s, honestly. And it's just, it's really about what it does for me on the inside, if that makes sense. And I encourage you to, you know, stretch yourself sometimes. Instead of always going for like, oh, it's the cheapest thing that I can get, like really investing in something, because what it does for you and how you will feel when that's a possibility for you, it really does change. Now, honestly, this bag is not changing my life. You know, it's a bag, it's a material object. But how I feel when I travel and when I look at it, it just makes me feel good, and it gives me that moment of, like I really like that. So sometimes, you know, you have to do your inner work. You have to make sure that on the inside that you're doing your meditation, that you're doing your gratitude, that you're serving the world, that you're being generous. But also I do think that there is something to be said about, you know, treating yourself once in a while to external objects that really just give you a smile on your face and make you feel good every time that you use them. So those were my 5 favorites. I hope you like them. If you have some favorites or if you've tried some of these, let me know by leaving me a comment below. Make sure you've subscribed if you haven't already, and I will see you next time. Okay, bye.